Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the ASAP Network. Lakers Talk One-on-One. This your boy, Freddie Henderson. I'll be the moderator for the night. Right next to me, we got my dude, Corey. What's going on, Corey?
You doing?
Oh, man, we good, we good. When right below me, we call him Big Baby. What's going on, Big Baby? Jonathan, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me on once again, man. I'm excited. Let's get the ball rolling, man. Let's get it, man.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, as you guys can see, we got the purple and gold. We got the Lakers talk banner. We got all that great stuff. Only thing that's going to be talked on this show today is all things Lakers. Well, gentlemen, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is a show that, we can come up here and we can talk about preparations for a championship run. We've had a different type of year. We have ups and we have downs. We've had more downs than ups, you know. But let's start off with some news that came out, today. It has started, in a press conference from Russell Westbrook regarding his family. First off, we want to, I'm trying to pull up the tweet from his wife. I'm gonna pull up the tweet from his wife. I'm gonna read off what she said. Because we can all say that Russell Westbrook have not lived up to expectation as a Laker, as so far. He have not he have not came in and do the things that we thought that he would have done by coming to help LeBron and Anthony Davis deliver another championship, being a third option. If anything, it has been worse. Um, you know, this is one of the tweets that she tweeted out. When I'm being harassed on a daily basis over basketball games, and I'm having death wishes for me and my family sent my way because you're expressing your truth, it's hard for me to get on board with that. You know, as far as my husband goes, he is his own person. I don't need to defend him. I love and support him through all of the unwanted, warranted hate and negativity that he receives. I speak up and share my experience and knowledge for those who do not have a voice. And then Irvin Magic Johnson today came to Russell Westbrook defense. He said, Laker Nation, it is our responsibility to come together and support Russell Westbrook and his family. Threats and attack on the Westbrook family are completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated. There's no place in sports for this type of behavior, period. Russell plays an important role on the Lakers team and will be a key component to the success of the rest of the season in the NBA playoffs. Let's do better. Rally around the Westbrook family support and Russell and them. And then Russell Westbrook, this is a quote from him. I don't even want to bring my kids to the game because I don't want them to hear people calling their dad nicknames. Corey, when you hear all those quotes from Russell Westbrook, from his wife, his family, what goes through your head?
First of we're fans. We don't know everything that goes into all the details that they have to prepare for a basketball game. This is their jobs and things like that. And hearing that from fans that some of them probably have never played a dribble of meaningful basketball. Let's just put that out there. And it's very disheartening just to know that there are people out there that will go to those lengths for a game. It makes no sense. It's entertainment. These guys get paid very well to do a job. And me personally, I like Westbrook as a person. He's known for his philanthropy around the greater Los Angeles area. It's well documented. It's just heartbreaking just to know that the NBA has degenerated down to death threats just because of a game. I mean, it's just sickening to me.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Fans shouldn't take it that far. Lakers fans did the same thing with Danny Green in the boat. You know, and it's a game. You know, it's just unfortunate that Laker fans got to take it too far. It sucks, and it's I'm sad by it. We do got to do better. We like us Laker fans got to stop criticizing the Westbrook family and just let Westbrook do his thing for the rest of the season. And whatever happens at the season's end is what it is. At this point, Laker fans just got to slow down. Stop disrespecting Westbrook. The Westbrook thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Just the Westbrook thing. And I saw a video, him going out with the fan. Don't talk about my name like that. But if someone was disrespecting Kobe, Michael Jordan, they would say, stay right there. I'm going to drop 60 points, 50 points on you. What I'm saying is, I feel like at this point of the season, Westbrook is mentally exhausted. He's checked out, in my personal opinion.
I want to make a comment, and you brought the point up, John. I have a problem when people are sending death threats.
Yeah.
That's taking it way too far.
Yeah.
You're not talking basketball at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing real life into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But when you calling a person Westbrook, you can't shoot, booing him. Oh, please don't shoot like they did that game.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that. That's a part of the game. They've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Russell Westbrook is going through that?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, LeBron James would not get on the court again because we know he's one of the players who get chuckled, who fans come at all the time. You just have to be strong minded when it comes to those things. I'm not talking about the death threats. Nobody should have to deal with that. I'm just talking about fans have the right to criticize you of your game. And Russell Westbrook have not lived up to expectations as a Laker. I mean, he had comments a few days ago talking about he came there with no expectations. When you come to LA, there comes with expectations. You have to have the expectations to rock the purple and gold. That's it. Your only expectation when you come here is to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And for him to not have that mindset, that's a problem. That is a problem. Corey, do you disagree with any of that, or?
I agree. With the death threats part, I just don't think it belongs in American sports at all. Any sports, period. I mean, I don't understand. What goes through a person's mindset to go to those lengths for a game. And I wish don't be anonymous. If you're gonna send those, be forthcoming with it. Say it out loud so people can see who you are. I just don't understand that. It's disgusting. I mean, like I just can't wrap myself around it. I don't know how. I get really emotional kind of behind the games, but never have I thought, that this person, should be subjected to anything like that. And I'm a Laker fan. I love the Lakers, and sometimes I get really critical about them and things like that. But at the end of the day, that's my team. I'm gonna root for them, win, lose, or draw.
Facts. Same.
So, you guys, it's been a bumpy. This whole season has been bumpy, but this last week and a half, we got blown out by the Pelicans. I believe by 28. We got embarrassed by the Clippers. I mean, just flat out embarrassed. I mean, it was bad.
Hmm.
I think that game for me was the breaking point, you know, and because I had the hope, I had the thought process. Okay, once we're healthy, we can make a run. Well, AD got hurt, that changed it. But after us getting blown out and getting like it's a difference how we lose. And
Hmm.
how we lost in that Clippers game, it was just totally embarrassment. I've never remembered us losing to the Clippers as much as we have late these last couple of years. I mean, I just don't remember that. I've never remembered a superstar player coming out saying the Clippers are better than us. I've never heard that. I never heard Kobe, never heard Shaq. I don't believe Magic, Kareem, or Jerry West, or any of those guys said that. So that's alarming to me. And then
Hmm.
we did bounce back against the Warriors. LeBron scored 56, and we looked like a great team. We looked good.
Hmm.
But then we bounced back on Monday. Of course, LeBron is out because of knee soreness, and then we lose. So, like I said, this season has been up and down. Do you guys still have hope in this season? Do you guys still think that we have a chance to go on some magical run where it's like we're at the movies and it's the biggest what if story out there? Do you guys just think that when Anthony Davis come back with the LeBron James playing how he's playing, that we can make a run? Jonathan, I'm gonna let you kick it off with this one first.
Uh, nope. I don't have any confidence. The season's over. No playing tournament. I'd rather miss the playoffs and miss the playoff. I'd rather miss the playoffs because if we make the playoffs, we're gonna get blown out. We just seem disinterested. There's no lack of leadership on this team. You know, I thought LeBron was a leader, quote unquote. I don't see any accountability. You know, nobody on this team wants to play for Frank Vogel anymore. I see every player go to Phil Handy or David Fizdale, and Frank Vogel's on the bench with his arms crossed or try and get the team encouraged. No, you know what I mean. This team doesn't deserve to make the playoffs the way what I've been seeing lately. I don't care what anybody says. This Laker team does not deserve to make the playoffs, and this Laker team it just seems like certain games they gear up for, like LeBron, 56 points, against the Spurs, they fall back, and then I think we play Houston tomorrow. Would not be surprised if we got blown out tomorrow night versus Houston Rockets. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate we got to go through this, but sometimes we got to get humble, to get better for next season.
All right, Corey.
That's all I have. I mean, I they have to make the playoffs. I mean, my expectation was extremely high, and I'm going to stick by them. I mean, they're not out of the play. They still in the play-in situation, and I feel like the playoffs is a whole different season. Yeah, we go through all these things. I feel like it's just a movie, like a dramatization. I think that right now it's building up, and once they get into the playoffs, I'm just gonna just forget about everything that happened in the regular season because it's a totally different ball game once the postseason starts. We've seen it so many times where teams start off really hot and get to the playoffs and flame out.
So
I just have,
Corey, oh my bad, I'm sorry. Keep
go
going.
ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
I just have to. I mean, that's all I have to hold on to right now at this point.
Real quick, so when you say when the playoffs start, they're going to turn it up. So you don't think Westbrook's going to do what he's been doing? You don't think the defense is going to? You think the defense is going to say, okay, we're going to wait till the playoffs and then turn it up? I feel like that. I just feel like Lakers are going to be the same team even when they get into the playoffs or playing tournament. No, it just there's no turning point for this team, in my personal opinion. I don't know, man. Just they took preseason for granted and training camp for granted. We don't have any chemistry on this team because if we had chemistry, we'd be winning games, we'd be blowing out teams, and I just feel like it was a wrong piece to put together. At first, on paper, all right, let's run it. I was excited, but it's like, come on, man. Like, there's no like, I just never seen this Laker team like this before ever. And for Westbrook to say there's no expectations to come into the season, if I was LeBron, I would literally confront Westbrook in the locker room about that. And I feel like maybe Westbrook didn't know what it is to be a Laker. You know.
Well, see, that's the thing. LeBron can't confront Russ Westbrook. That's why Magic Johnson came on NBA today,
Yeah.
before the game and said what he said.
Yeah.
Because, LeBron is still figuring out how to be, a Laker. I mean, let's just be honest. He's only been there, what, 3 years now? 3, 4
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
So I mean, he can't. He's not going to be like it's not going to come to Westbrook like it would be from a Magic or when we had Kobe. It have to be one of those guys, Mister Laker. Okay, there's a reason why Magic. But my question is, Corey, is I know you said it's hey when playoffs come, it's a new season.
Mm-hmm.
But do you not think that these bad habits that they have now is going to creep back into the playoffs? That's the only thing that I'm afraid of. Because one thing about this team, they always they'll go down this big lead. They'll get down about 20 points, and then they will take so much energy for them to get back into the game. And more than likely they lose those games. So do you don't think those bad habits will creep back in towards the playoffs?
I feel like Vogel is doing everything he possibly can. Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and blame it all on him. I feel like he's trying every single thing that he can think of. You seeing different lineups, different sets, everything. He's trying it all. And for whatever reason, it's not working currently. And I just think that he's a very smart coach, in my opinion. Like we look at his last stops, in Orlando, Indiana, like he has, some, good playoff runs. And I think that ultimately, I think he'll figure it out in the playoffs.
So okay, who has the biggest blame for this season? Do you blame Genie the most? Rob Polinka, LeBron, Frank Vogel, Westbrook? Who should hold the most blame for this season alone?
It's Jeannie Buss's team. So nothing passes her desk and she don't sign off on it. So I mean, you can blame LeBron, you can blame Rob or whatever, but nothing happens without Jeannie Buss's blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just extreme ownership.
John, do you feel the same way?
Yeah. Feel the same way. Like I hold players accountable, gotta hold the front office accountable. You know what I mean? I know Jeannie Buss is pissed off. She walked out of the game a couple weeks ago when we were getting blown by the Clippers, and she don't play. She's gonna make changes this offseason. I can promise you that. She wants to win a championship next season, and if Kobe Bryant was still here, she would have gave him a role on the team, and we don't get to see that. It's unfortunate. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those seasons where you just gotta go with the punches. Get through the grind and regroup for next year.
And that's one of the biggest things. I think Kobe was more influenced than we even thought that's even out there. And I'm gonna get into it in a few minutes. We have a guy by the name Rob Polinka who's our general manager. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really am gonna be honest with you what I'm about to say. I think his voice is dead.
Hmm.
I don't think he can do that job anymore. And the reason why I say that is
Hmm.
because I think without Kobe there,
Hmm.
his voice is dead. I believe Kobe was doing a lot of the things behind closed doors, kind of telling him how to, who to get, what to do behind closed doors. That then it was reported. Do not believe Rob Pelinka can run that general manager spot. I could be wrong, but that's just my belief because this is a guy, and he would not be a GM for any other team. He would not be for any other team. He got the job because he was Kobe's agent. Nobody even thought was thinking of Rob Pelinka coming in as a general manager. Nobody did. But the only reason why is because he had connection with Kobe, and I believe without Kobe, Rob Palinka's lost. And this is why we're hearing reports from Kirk Rambis being a part of the mix, Linda Rambis. You already have LeBron, you already have Rich Paul in the ear. You have all these, ears and voices in Jeannie's ears. It's where she got too many voices and you listen to too many people. Now it's for being reported that Phil Jackson is a part of that circle now. What do you guys feel about Phil Jackson coming back? Do you guys think that he should have a role with us? Do you not like it? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think it's too many chefs in the kitchen.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, Rob, we already knew when Magic walked out what he said about Rob Polinka. He, just what you just said. I just don't think that he's capable of doing the job. You're absolutely correct. I don't think that he would be a general manager of any team, and they're gonna have to blow this thing up. And like I said before, you can blame LeBron, you can blame whoever, but this is Jeannie Bussett. She's gonna have to own this one. She has been, letting too many people influence this team. She needs to exactly how she got the team from her brother. She's gonna have to get back in that forceful role and make some changes.
But Corey, you got to remember, bro, she didn't do that by herself. Who did
Mhm.
she, who did she need help from?
Kobe.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yep.
He's
And
not
then
here anymore.
I know if Kobe was on this team, man, he would probably tell everybody. He'd probably chew everybody up. To be honest, you probably can hear like if Kobe was still here and he was behind the scenes. I bet you Kobe and Westbrook probably would have got into it.
I mean,
Kobe
so
don't play. Kobe don't play. When if you wear that purple and gold, there's high expectations. There's greatness. And if he heard that from Westbrook comment, he would chew them out.
Man, once he retired, he wasn't like that anymore. Not like that. It was like when he was in between those four lines, man. I don't think that he probably would address this.
he probably went it publicly.
Yeah, yeah, like I'm saying, behind the
Kobe,
scenes.
Kobe, was like this. He didn't want to be, getting all the attention. He
Mhm.
didn't want that. Like I said, I believe he had a lot to do, get a lot of people there and stuff like that. But I believe he was doing that behind doors. He didn't want to be known as this guy doing this. He just wanted to, okay, you want some advice, hit me up. I'm here. I'm here for you. You got my support. But I just believe, and I believe I've always said this. Jeannie needs to get away from Lakers. She need to stop getting former Lakers to come do the coach, from being GM. Go out and get somebody who's gonna be like, hey, Magic Johnson. He was, hey, hey, I was good in the president of operation. But the thing is, he had too much going on in his personal life where he couldn't be there every day to do the job. One thing I would love for Jeannie to do is after the season, I don't know what the beef is, and maybe you gentlemen do. She needs to make a call to Jerry West. Say, Jerry, I'm sorry. Whatever this beef is, we need you back over here. We need you to help get our team back to championship level basketball. I believe you bring in Jerry West, he can help fix this organization. What do you guys think about that?
I would love to see it, but it's probably never going to happen. I don't know what happened, but I mean, he's been very critical about his relationship and how fractured it is. And the Lakers haven't really said anything about it at all. There's like the biggest kept secret in Los Angeles is the relationship between Jerry West and the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, he was Mr. Lake.
Mm-hmm.
He's the logo. I mean, it just doesn't feel right that he's with the Clippers. Like that doesn't. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
definitely
I
agree.
agree. I agree 100% on that one, Corey. But wasn't there audio of Jerry West disrespecting the Lakers, calling it a shit show over there and this that? I think there was a TMZ
Did he?
audio saying that
When it
nobody
was
wants
this year?
the year that we were trying to get LeBron and we got him, but it's like, and I guess he was a season ticket holder. I think they removed his
Oh, I
tickets
think it
away.
was that year when we fired Luke and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, we was.
yeah. We was, but
you know. But
it's
what
like,
I'm saying is, it's been some kind of division between them for years now,
yeah,
and it just sucks to see this man go to Memphis, go to Golden State, go to the Clippers of all places, and he go pulls a trade out to get a Norman Powell, Robert Covington. They still competing without their two stars. We can't compete with. Just think this: we can't compete when there's three of them. When Russ, AD, LeBron, they've yet to figure it out.
yep,
We barely figure out when it's two of them on there. I mean, it's bad, y'all. It is really, really bad. I mean, it's bad to the point where there was conversations with the front offices trying to persuade Frank Vogel to have Westbrook come off the bench. Would you guys make that move, or what did you
Yes.
guys think? Even that thought process coming up.
It,
I'm not having something that's in my building $44 million on the bench. Like, you're gonna be out there and try to earn your keep. You're out there mopping floors, whatever the case is. You're gonna be doing something. You ain't finna be on the bench. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I mean, because I like his energy. Like, I wouldn't have him in my closing lineup. I'll tell you that. But as far as like starting, like, he's gonna start.
But can he start?
I,
This is a thing, and then this is where I have to put the blame on LeBron.
hmm,
LeBron hate is the reason why Westbrook is here. He is the reason why he's here. Rob Polinka and the Lakers, they had a deal ready for Buddy Hield, a proven shooter who plays better with LeBron. But LeBron knew Westbrook needs the ball in his hand to be successful.
mm-hmm,
LeBron also knows that Russell Westbrook can't shoot. He also knows Russell Westbrook turns the ball over at a high rate. But you know what the problem is?
hmm,
And this is the problem with everybody.
hmm,
We've seen all those numbers Westbrook put up, all
hmm,
those sexy numbers. Oh, this triple double here, this triple double here, this 45-point triple double here. But we forgot to see how many shots he taken. We
mm-hmm.
forgot to look at the turnovers because he was still doing it then. But now it's just being exposed because he's rocking the purple and gold and LeBron James is on the team.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's just LeBron went to not Frank. LeBron went to Rob Polinka and said, "Get me Westbrook." He had a deal for Buddy Hield, and also I was seeing reports that they had interest in Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. That group right there would have been better for this one, But it's unfortunate, LeBron did what he did, but here's the thing: LeBron says, "Go get me these players," and if it doesn't work, oh, go get me, make a trade, and he gives Sam Presti credit, and what he did with Cleveland and stuff, saying he might, he hasn't left the door closed yet on Cleveland, and I feel like once LeBron came back from All-Star break, and that's Lakers to make a trade, they probably said, "You know what, man, you wanted this, figure it out, have a nice day." That's where I get the sense from Rob Lincoln. Maybe Rob Lincoln said, and GD Buzz probably said, "Hey, you came to us in the offseason. We got what you wanted. Don't cry about it. Figure it out." That's
We
what I
kind
would
of
have done if I was Rob Lincoln. That's
we
what I would have
kind of
told him straight up.
changed the we kind of changed the topic, and you guys might haven't done this yet. Sunday they released the first episode of the documentary. Have any of you gentlemen watched it yet? The first episode?
I haven't watched it.
I
Okay.
haven't watched it yet either.
Well, I'm gonna give you guys a homework. It's
Okay.
on HB. It's on I believe HBO Max. I believe.
HBO Max.
Um,
Okay.
I believe so. And it was a great episode. A great episode. It showed Dr. Jerry Buss when he's with the Playboy Mansion and he just woke up with the idea, oops, I'm gonna go buy the Lakers. And then he went to go buy the Lakers. It's so great. You would love it. It's funny. I would not watch it in front of kids. It is rated R, but it is great. And it will show people who Dr. Jerry Buss really was. Like literally, he was not that old cranky old owner. He was an owner that wanted excitement, wanted to bring the showtime. And it shows them how they got magic. And there's one thing that I did not know this that Jerry. What's up with it, Dustin? Jerry West did not want them to draft Magic Johnson. I did
Hmm.
not know that.
Hmm.
Did you guys know that?
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that neither. He was
Damn.
furious.
Maybe
He
that's
was furious.
maybe that's why they're holding a grudge on Jerry West.
I don't know though, because he was there with the Kobe and Shaq. Jerry West, it had to be something afterwards.
True. Yeah.
I don't know, but I did not know that. But yeah, you guys definitely need to go watch that documentary. It was great. It was probably one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time, honestly.
What was the name of the documentary?
Oh, I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was real good though. But okay. So Frank Vogel, we won a championship with him. He got his bones in the NBA off of defense. Okay. Our defense do not look up to par.
Nope.
Do we point the finger at him? Or do we point the finger at how this roster was put together with non-defensive players? Or if we do have them, they are older. Or what blame do we give to them? To on Frank Vogel, and should he be fired at the end of the season?
Frank Vogel didn't bring the groceries home. They said, "Here, this is what we got, and make a meal out of it." So, I mean, I can't blame. I mean, he has some culpability because he's a head coach, but and he's probably gonna get fired because of it. But I don't think it's fair because he's only dealing with the hand he's dealt. So, I mean, I can't intelligently say that it was all his fault. He's a head coach. He's the face. Yeah, they're gonna probably, have a scapegoat, and it's gonna be him. But I mean, yeah, you don't have decent players. I mean, he didn't go out and go get these players.
Joe, John, you agree?
Mm, it's a good one. But yeah, like I always do, man. Everybody has to be held accountable. He's the blame too, because just the lineups that he does and just the rotations and just I don't know, man. I just Frank Vogel's been this season just been rubbing me the wrong way. It's unfortunate that he has to go through this, and I bet you once he gets fired and goes somewhere else, then that's when you start to see the Frank Vogel of Indiana.
I'm
I
gonna
feel like
say
it's,
this.
hold on real quick. I just feel like Frank Vogel has just had a bad year, and he has bad year. Defense is not playing up to par, and the players have lost trust in Frank Vogel. You don't see that fight in the team like you would like a Eric Spoelstra, a Greg Popovich, a Doc Rivers, a Tyronn Lue. You don't see that from these players on this team. You don't see the fight for their coach on the court. That's what I see. I don't see no fight
I'm gonna
at
say
all,
this
at
real
all.
quick to address the no fight thing. It's not a coach's job to teach them to play with effort. The players just gotta want that at the end of the day. I mean, either they just want to win or they just want to lose. They gotta have it at the end of the day. Frank Vogel got a roster with guys like Malik Monk, who's never played defense in his life, Carmelo Anthony, who's never played defense in his life, Dwight Howard, who is washed, who's clearly cooked. He's done. I mean, Dwight. I've seen the last game he played. I think it was against the Clippers. He was slow. He wasn't getting rebounds. He just wasn't the same Dwight. I mean, let's just be honest. So there's a reason why they know there's a reason why they haven't been playing him. It's because he's not the same guy. Um, you had a guy in Kent Bazemore who started the season who was Kent Bazemore brick. I mean, he couldn't make a shot if the rim was right in front of him. His defense really wasn't that good as well. They started playing him late recently, and he played a little bit better. But our best perimeter defensive player is Avery Bradley, who's older as well. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we rave about a guy named Stanley Johnson, Austin Reeves, and THT for what? Because they're young and they hustle and they play defense. Other than that, this team they don't have that many defensive pieces to, so we can't expect this team to be an elite defensive team. They're not that. And LeBron, he takes off on defense. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yep.
I mean, in which you gotta expect. This guy's giving you 30 a night, doing everything else. So I mean, and then our best defensive anchor is hurt at Anthony Davis, pretty much all times of the year. So I mean, what can we expect out of Frank Vogel? I mean, honestly, at the beginning of the year, when he's losing. I said, you know what, Frank Vogel got to go. But we seen him catch COVID. He was gone for about a week and a half, and David Fisdale stepped in. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't win many games with David Fisdale. They still look bad. So that tells you it's not coaching. It's more on the personnel.
Mm.
And if and they have no effort, the coach can't teach effort. So with that being said, The season's over. What's the first move you guys do?
Fire Frank Vogel. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Get a coach. Get a good experienced head coach. That's not a Laker tie. You know, maybe call like just knock on doors like Mark Jackson. You know, see what Mark Jackson can do. Mark Jackson would. I feel like if we got a Mark Jackson in the building, I feel like we know what we need to get a Mark Jackson or get like a coach that will change the culture. Like if I was the Lakers, I would get up on the phone. I know it's not going to happen, but you can always try. Call San Antonio and see what we can get for Greg Popovich.
Corey, it's the first day of all season. The Lakers. We didn't do too good in the season. What is the first move or that you're making?
I mean, my first move wouldn't fire the coach, man. I mean, y'all gave Luke Walton 4 years, and he didn't win nothing. So I mean, I can't sit here and talk about fire Vogel. Man, don't win an NBA championship.
Yeah, but he has to be held accountability too.
Yeah, but I don't think I would fire him like right off the bat. They're gonna fire him. I mean, let's be honest. That's just sports. They're gonna, what have you done for me lately? And you got to update you. They're gonna have to have a hell of a playoff run for him to keep his job.
Yeah.
And I don't see it. I think they'll make the playoffs, but obviously they're gonna, address the elephant in the room, Russell Westbrook. Unfortunately, I mean, I like Russ, but it's not working. They're gonna, try to figure out what they're gonna do with that. Hell, I'll probably try to package Anthony Davis in there as well. It's just, I know, man. Yeah, gotta go.
Ooh,
Try to figure,
are you saying? Hold on. Wait a minute. Are you saying you would think about trading Anthony Street Clothes Davis?
Yes.
Chicago will probably be a destination for him.
I'll probably try to see if I can get Lonzo and
Zach.
DeMar. Try to get all them.
The only way I would trade him, they gotta give me Zach. They gotta give me Lonzo. I want Caruso. Hell, I even want DeRozan and a first round draft pick. I know that's dreaming, but
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah. There'll be a team out there probably called Lakers, maybe the Knicks.
nobody. Nah, to be honest with you, there's nobody on the Knicks that I want for Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Someone that's not good at
Evan, the Lakers say no. I don't want Julius Randle again. Not with LeBron.
No, hell, it wouldn't work.
Nah.
I mean, does LeBron is his contract? What's his contract looking like?
LeBron have another. He's here till next year until he's a free agent.
Yeah, he doesn't, even unless he's free.
Yeah.
He's never done that before.
What I was thinking too, man, you need to go to LeBron at the offseason and ask him, Sheriff, do you want to be here? Pick us 3 destination. If you don't want to be here, let us know what your 3 destination is. We'll make calls. If LeBron doesn't want to be here, he needs to say it. Because there's some times where he doesn't look like he wants to be here.
I think I'm gonna say this. When I was heated at the moment when he said all that stuff, because I'm a Laker fan. I'm hearing all this stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, bro. But I think LeBron really wants to be here. I'm gonna tell you why. His businesses is out here. His kids play ball out here. He have too many things out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he really wants to kind of settle down and get ready for his next part of life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think LeBron's going anywhere. But I agree, man. It's kind. I honestly, I believe our first move this offseason should be firing Rob Polinka. I really do believe that. I believe, like I said, I just don't believe Rob Polinka is that guy. I don't think he have that voice since Kobe's gone. I really don't. I would try to get the GM out of Toronto.
Sayujiri.
Yeah, I would try to get him. Somebody that's respected, somebody that knows the game, somebody that has put a championship roster together, somebody who's not afraid to take chances. Because one thing about in LA, you cannot be afraid to take chances. Um, I mean, hell, you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna just do this because my dude Evans in the comment just to piss him off. If I was the Lakers, I would trade Russell Westbrook down there to Phoenix for Chris Paul.
Oh,
Chris
that
Paul and DeAndre Ayton. I would do that trade with AD. Or what? No, Westbrook. I mean,
would be a good trade. But Phoenix is gonna be like, have a nice day.
I just did that for you, my dude Evan. I see you in the comments. He's
Yeah.
a Phoenix Suns fan. Go, you make sure you guys check him out. To make sure you guys check his show out on the ASAP Network called He's on Fire. He covers everything Arizona. So make sure you guys
Say no.
check him out. But
Say no.
I mean, hey, changes are gonna have to be made.
Yeah.
I don't believe this will be the same roster next year. I believe that we will. You know, I wouldn't be honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if we try to go younger. If we try to trade Russ, try to go get a young player with some draft picks or whatever, I would not be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of question marks.
I definitely try to see what we can, what we can do to get that Buddy Hill move back on the table.
Well, I think at this point we need to kind of get a point guard. We need to, like, I think that's our biggest question mark right now is point guard. We let Caruso go. Honestly, we probably should have kept Dennis Schroeder.
I
We
would.
thought us not paying him was a bad option. It's probably what's been the best option. We wouldn't be stuck with Westbrook right now. Let's just be honest. One thing about Dennis Schroeder, we know. One thing we know about Dennis Schroeder is that he plays defense. He can score on the inside. He can shoot better than Russ, and he's not turning the ball over 4 or 5 times a game.
Only thing about Schroeder, I just can't forget about that goose egg he put up against Phoenix in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Me personally, I really think he was dealing with COVID, bro. Like after he got COVID, he was not the same player.
Yeah.
I just can't unsee it.
What about this name right here? I don't know if it's gonna happen, but what about if you call Brooklyn Westbrook for Kyrie?
Nah,
You don't think
him and LeBron got going on, man.
you don't think that
Kyrie's
would?
stubborn, man, and with him not wanting to do, I don't know. Kyrie's a special individual. Would he fit? Yes, I would. Like skill wise, I would love to get Kyrie.
Yeah, that would.
But his mindset, like what he done to Brooklyn this year.
Mm-hmm.
He come out here. At least Westbrook is playing.
Yeah.
And if Kyrie wanted to sit out a game, ooh, no. He couldn't do that in L.A. Evan, Jeremy Grant would be a good piece. I agree. Buddy Hield is a free agent.
Yep.
I mean, hey, the Lakers gotta have a decision. I've even saw a possibility of us cutting Westbrook and stretching his contract out like we did Luol Deng.
Please don't. Please don't do that.
I've even saw that possibility.
So. That is ignorant. Don't.
What about like Dame? What about Dame?
I don't think Dame is not leaving. What Portland has done, and people don't realize this, Portland has set themselves up for a rebuild that can put them back into competitive basketball. They created cap space. They got draft picks. I would keep an eye out on a guy by the name of Zion Williamson. I do not be surprised if they're linked to him. And so, hey, I'm just saying because just how what they've done. Mm-hmm. It looked like they gutted the team is traumatic. I understand it. I agree, but I do believe that they did it for a reason.
Zion been wanting to go to the Knicks for the longest.
Yeah, but my question is the Knicks ready to move on from Julius Randle?
And that 46 points looked good the other night.
That's what I'm saying. Are they ready? I mean, you're giving up on a guy who took you to the playoffs.
Tatum is not leaving Boston.
You know what? He's a guy that love LA. A big Kobe Bryant fan. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I'm reading the comments. Jaylen Brown.
Hey Evan, I saw that as well, my brother. I seen that Donovan Mitchell could be that would be a possibility out this summer.
But he'll
Um,
resign. I feel like Donovan Mitchell will
I don't
resign.
think so, man. The reason why I say that is because Utah only goes through Donovan. He does so much for them to be competitive in the playoffs. His help and Rudy Gobert disappears when it counts. I mean, they don't really do much. I can see Iverson said Donovan Mitchell to Miami. Watch out. Uh, if anywhere, I'm gonna tell you where I would like to see him go. I'm gonna ask y'all. I know we kind of get off the Laker topic, but I would love to see him go somewhere like Denver. Down there with Jokic. Kind of like a Jamal
Mm.
Murray trade. Going down there, getting him a guard that can. I don't know.
Mm.
Or and Evan said he's not going to. He's not going to. My God. I think it will be to New York personally, and they trade Julius Randle for Zion. Hey, all I know is I believe there's going to be a lot of movement this off season, like it always do. I just hope we're one of them. Then hopefully this one works. Um, but I mean, hey, this we have. I mean, us Laker fans have to remember we're going through a bad season, but we have 17 NBA championships, so we could take one bad year. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not gonna hurt us. I mean, we went through seasons. I mean, it's not our first time going through a bad season as well.
No.
We went through a season where we won 17 games, 29 games. I mean, we went through the lows as well. But guess what? Us Laker fans, us Laker faithful, we hang in there because we know we bounce back. We will bounce back. We always do. Um, you know. Hey Evan, I was telling him about that show, bro. I was watching it last night. It no Sunday night. It's epic, bro. I love it. It was like, hey, if you have not seen that documentary, you need to go see it. I love Dr. Jerry Buss, man. I love him even more after that first episode. God rest his soul. I promise you this: if Dr. Jerry Buss was alive, we would not be in this predicament we're in right now. I promise you that. I promise you that. Dr. Jerry Buss would not put up with this. Him, Kobe Bean Bryant is rolling in their graves right now. But with that being said, Corey, tell the people where they can find you.
So I'm Corey from the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. Also on Twitter, I'm also Out of Bounds Sports Podcast on Twitter as well. Um, we do our shows every Monday evening, so you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, streaming on those platforms, and we also have our podcast on Apple and Spotify.
All right, Big Baby Jonathan, tell where you can find you at.
You guys can find me on YouTube, Big Baby Sports Podcast. Find me on Twitter, Big Baby Jonathan, and Instagram, Big Baby Jonathan underscore. And I have a second channel called the Big Baby Reacts channel. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that channel, man.
Evan says, "Where do you stand on Jeannie Buss?" Hey, Evan, love Jeannie Buss, love her. Um, always have. She's the most nicest person. I believe she knows what she's doing. She just need to stop. She just need to close out these, other voices around her, like Magic, Linda, Kurt, Phil Jackson, and if she needs to talk and do business with her and Rob Polinka, your general manager. You two make the decisions. That's just where I stand on Jeannie. Other than that, I think she's a great owner. I love her to death. Great, great human being. I think she's the right person for the job. I just think she just need to cancel out these other voices. And I'm pretty sure you guys agree with me on that as well.
Facts.
Um,
100.
but other than that, you guys, we have a game tomorrow down here in Houston. Hopefully, we can get a win. Um, don't know if LeBron's going to play. I think the last time I checked, he was questionable. But who knows? Um, Sub 500 teams, below 500 teams normally like to have normally like to have career nights against the Lakers. So I would not be surprised if we lost. But hey, hope we do. But until then, we're out from the ASAP Network. Everybody have a great night. Peace.